And welcome to another What If episode of I Heart Geek. Yay! I got to be honest, this is so far my absolute favorite of the What Ifs. This feels more what ify than the other two have.
Feels good.
Yeah, I really like this one. I'm Dub. I'm here with Blythe. I'm here with Courtney. How are you guys doing today?
Doing real good, man. I'm excited. I wasn't here last week, but I love that one. I love this one.
Yep.
It's looking good.
Nice. So real quick before we get started, a quick word from ourselves, which is our own sponsor.
Hey, Geek Rock Stars, it's contest time. We are continuing our 9-week coverage of What If. And during these What If episodes, you have the chance to win some super cool swag from iHeartGeek. Now, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to visit the @iHeartGeek show on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, and make sure to comment. And while you're there, you also want to like and follow us as well so you can hear about all things iHeartGeek. You'll receive an entry for one comment on each channel per episode. So that's a total of 4 entries a week and 36 total by the end of our 9-week contest. So good luck to you, Geek Rock Stars. And remember, keep on geeking on.
Okay, so what was the name of this episode, Blythe?
Ooh.
What if Earth lost its mightiest heroes?
That's the one.
See, if you ask me, I'll tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna start asking. Courtney's gonna be the resident expert because she knows more about Marvel than Blythe does now.
She
That's
just
what we're
watched
gonna
it
say.
last night. That's why. That's the only reason why.
Now, sticking with my new tradition of only watching these once, very happy. I feel like this is one of the episodes I could have watched more than once, though. Yeah, this one just felt right to me. This felt more in line with how the comics are, I think, with the What Ifs. What was your guys' initial reaction to this episode of What If? Let's start with you, Courtney.
I've actually enjoyed them all. And I don't think any of them don't feel like a what if, but that's my opinion. I know that you have a differing opinion. Each of these has been such an adventure because you never know what to expect when you walk into it because you don't know what the direction is that they're going to go with it. And so I thought this one was funny. It was action packed. I literally had the wrong person picked out.
Me too.
until Widow was in the library, and I was like, I love being wrong. So,
Yeah,
and it wasn't Mephisto, if that's what you were thinking.
It was. It's still he's underneath it all. What about you, Blythe?
Yeah, I think that they did a solid job of keeping it a secret all the way until the very end. And this is what's so cool about these shows is that each one of them is doing what it set out to do. Even with the T'Challa one, we knew that was one of the ones that they teased right away. So we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone expected like the particular characters to pop up and act the way that they did. But yeah, this one they teased it as being like a murder mystery. And that is exactly what we got.
Yeah, I felt like this was actually a bigger surprise than it was Agatha all along. I mean, I did not.
Well, we knew it was going to be Agatha, so that one was easy to figure out.
That is true. But I had absolutely zero clue whatsoever, which is really, this is what I want to see more of from Marvel. I'm like, surprise me. You know, yeah. If you're not going to give me the direct comic book story, freaking surprise me. And they finally did it.
I also love the fact that they have. I guess we get
spoilers. Let's do it.
Count Betsy Ross is now canon.
Oh,
she's always
Betty
been
Ross.
canon.
She always has been.
She's always been canon.
Well,
it's Liv Tyler.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that those were added in after the fact, and they said they were a canon. So
no, so that Hulk. So I'll give you a little MCU history.
It's the Edward Norton one, correct?
Edward Norton's Hulk is canon. The one that came out before that was written and directed by Ang Lee, That one's not canon.
Okay.
But Universal owned the rights, and that's why we can't have another solo Hulk movie, because Universal owns the distribution rights. So
Gotcha.
because of that, it is in the MCU,
Okay.
but it's like a soft canon. They're picking and pulling the best parts of it
Like
out.
a Howard the Duck. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly. They're picking
Okay.
and pulling all the best
I
pieces
stand
of it.
corrected, but I did like that she was in this one. I enjoyed that.
And the
Now,
voice actress did really good.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about our surprise person. I'm so glad we finally got to see Pym as Ant-Man.
Ooh, Douglas was
You
off
mean
the
as Yellow
hook.
Jacket?
Yeah, he was Yellow Jacket. He
Well,
wasn't Ant-Man. He was Yellow Jacket.
he
But
was
that's
who he
what-
was, though.
But that's what happens in the comics.
Yeah,
and
that
that's
is
why
the
I
comic.
was so excited to see that, because that's exactly what happened. He's driven mad by some sort of thing, and it makes him become the Yellow Jacket. So
Yeah.
that was super cool to see.
It was better, and I love the Ant-Man movies. Are actually one of the highlights to me of the Marvel universe. But I want to say that I think this is closer to the comic book, and I enjoyed this more than that Yellow Jacket by a metric ton. I didn't say the other thing. You're welcome.
Douglas was a beast in that voice acting, though.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
So good. And I'm glad it was him.
Yeah. And the animation on that one, I know I've been griping about the animation the whole time, but the way they did his eyebrows and just that desperation that
Yeah,
they
he was
gave
a
him,
beast. It was amazing.
Yeah.
it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he has never slept a day since Hope died.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Now, did you all think it was just Loki the whole way through?
Until he showed up.
Yes.
Until he showed up? Well, of
And-
course. But
Yeah, until he showed up and he was genuinely going to nuke the world if they didn't give him Thor's
Thor.
killer.
Mhm.
So
Which is crazy too, because this is where this fits in the timeline, is at the same time as Iron Man 2, Thor 1, and the Incredible Hulk.
Mhm.
So this is him pre-Avengers, when he's at his most evil, but the death of his brother brings him, I mean, he still wants to conquer the world,
Well,
Yeah.
he shows
But-
how evil he is by the end of this.
but it's not
Well,
beca-
yeah,
but it's not because of he doesn't want to like defeat his brother and defeat the Avengers. He wants vengeance for his brother.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I think they gave us just the exact amount of Captain Marvel we need. We don't need any more than that. That was perfect. That fit the acting skills perfectly.
Can you please stop crapping on her?
I can't.
Every
I can't.
single
can't.
episode we mention, you crap on her.
I can't. No, I said that
You
they
need to
did this right.
listeners.
I said they did this right.
Listeners, back me up on this. Listeners, I want you to pledge to go at least the next 3 times that she comes up in a conversation on this show that you do not crap on her.
Or just say something nice.
I did. I said
Or just
something
don't
nice.
say
I said they
anything.
gave her just the right amount of screen time.
Just don't say anything.
And, well, I mean, they brought it so that, hey, we're going to see Captain America, which honestly, we've seen Captain America, blah, blah. But when they
Yeah,
did
but-
that kind of misdirect, I was kind of like, nah, okay.
But Captain America is going to show up in these.
Well, he already
I
has.
know
I didn't even
there's
think about
there's
that.
there's a zombie one. Yeah, I mean they do have a captain. They have Captain Marvel now. But I know that I think the last episode has something to do with all of them getting together again to be the Avengers. I don't know what the plot is though. But I've
that's
seen a
what's-
picture.
That's what's interesting, because I was just about to ask you guys, do you feel this is leading up to the last episode being an Avengers type event, like a culmination?
Oh, God,
of
I
all
hope
this?
not.
It could be.
Which that's what I thought it was going, where I thought it was going, but him finding Cap's shield and saying, "Hey, Cap," is interesting, because based on the first episode, that's not how the actions played out. And also Peggy came through the portal in time jump. She wasn't frozen, so he wouldn't be meaning her.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's how I thought it was going. Because they
Now-
had the cliffhanger with Peggy.
Mhm.
They had the cliffhanger at the end of this one. And remind me, but T'Challa goes back to Earth, right? At the end
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the second one. So that's where I
Yeah.
thought we were headed, was to like a last
I-
of like an what if the Avengers were all
I
from
wonder
different
if that's
places.
going to be what it is.
Unless
Maybe.
we pull like a portal that's like the Spider-Man, which one is that?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse. If we pull something like that at the end, I'm okay with like a big event. Otherwise, I love these as one-offs. I don't want there to be, well, what happens next? I like, okay, well, I can think in my head what's next. I don't want to see it. I want, because I like that they can play in the toy box all they want. They can screw up the characters all they want, and I don't care. And that's,
you keep saying screw up the characters with these. Like you've said that a couple of different times in these different episodes. And I don't think it's screwing it up. It's just a different take on the characters.
But I love my characters the way I love my characters.
And you can love your characters and these still not be a screw up.
Yeah.
These are just a different version of that.
I think a lot of people think the same way as me, and I enjoy these.
Maybe I haven't read
enjoy
anything
these for
like
one-offs.
that though.
I enjoy these for one-offs.
These multi-billion-dollar movies and franchises, I may disagree with you on that one. I think the general idea is the MCU for what it is, and not just a continuation of the comic books, is doing exactly what they want it to do. So I think that I don't think that most people have a problem with most of the characters and most of the things going on with these, especially and in these what if.
No, and I agree. I don't think anybody has a problem with the what if stuff.
Yeah,
but
I
as
agree with
one-offs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think I agree with Blythe. I don't think people are really having that big of an issue, because if they were, they wouldn't be talking about a Captain Carter feature film.
Yeah.
With Haley Atwell as Captain Carter.
I think we said the same thing
I mean,
about
they
Black
wouldn't be
Widow.
discussing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
who knows, man? Who really knows?
Yeah.
Well, I think you guys are taking me as something I'm not saying. I'm not saying these are bad. I've loved every one of these.
Sure. No, we know that you have. I just think that the connotation behind screw up the characters.
I think you're reading too much into it.
I think it doesn't. It comes across that you don't like them, but that's not true, because you do like them. It's just a word choice thing.
No, I just don't want to. I don't want to see a whole franchise of that version of Captain America, because I don't want to see that.
Perfectly valid.
No, I don't think.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's a lot of people feel the same way as me. But you play in that toy box. That's why I don't want to see what happens after this. I want to think in my head, but I don't want to, unless you do like a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse type thing.
There is going to be 2 seasons, so it'll be really interesting.
Which will be another 10.
I think we get a season for every phase, probably, or at least going forward. Sure.
Yeah, it's very possible.
What I feel like this one did is this just cut out phase 1, 2, and 3, and we just went directly to phase 4.
Yeah.
But we know that, like, I know that one that's coming up, it's going to be Tony and Killmonger. So I mean, Tony will be back in another episode. So I mean, that's the other really great thing about these is they can
you can play in the toy box.
They can doink the universe, and then the next week they can just reset it all.
So what we're saying is they can screw up the universe and still have fun with it.
Nope, I'm not saying screw up.
Gosh darn it!
And I'm not. And I just want to be very clear. I'm not saying that I don't like these or that I think that they're screwing up the characters by doing this. This is fun, and that just as long as it doesn't become. I don't want it to be canon in our universe. Fun.
I mean, it is canon.
They are canon. But you have to remember. But you have to remember, it's canon in our universe, but our universe is no longer that one universe anymore. It's because Wanda blew up the timeline, and Loki blew up the timeline, and we know that Doctor Strange is going to do some stuff in Spider-Man based on the trailer. So they are canon in our universe, but our universe isn't that one timeline anymore. So we're in the multiverse now, baby.
And I've been a huge proponent of the multiverse since before we did these shows. I've always talked about, I love the multiverse. I do. I say it, but I like the multiverse knowing that I still have my timeline, and then the other stuff happens, but it doesn't matter to me. You know, like for instance, I don't care about the Ultimate Avengers universe, even though that's what the movies are based on, is more the Ultimate Universe. But I don't read the Ultimate comics because I like mine, and they keep doing it, and that's what I like. But I'm old.
Yes,
You are old.
Oh, shut your pie holes. Okay. So before we do our grades, do we know what is coming next week? Do we have an idea of what's coming next week, Courtney?
No.
Because all they're
Can't remember.
all they're giving us on IMDb is a picture, so we don't actually
describe
know.
the picture to us, and we'll theorize about it.
I think it's Doctor Strange.
Is it?
I think next week is Doctor Strange, where he becomes like crazed sorcerer supreme.
Let's see. It is okay. The picture. I don't even know what that is.
I think it's Doctor Strange.
Is that? Yeah, that's Doctor Strange in hell.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's pretty messed up.
What's your... Oh, Mephisto!
Yes! Yes!
What if Doctor Strange was Mephisto?
If they give us that, I will just be...
When Mephisto finally shows up, I'm going to go to everybody that said you're crazy. I'm going to go, ha ha ha, no, I'm not.
He's not going to show up. There's no way.
We don't know when he'll show up, but
he's
might
not
show up.
going to.
Okay, can we... I'm glad this is all on wax.
You don't know.
Not doing it. He's not going to do
it. It's got to happen sooner or later.
We're getting Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider.
Is that the guy at the car?
Yes.
That's the Ghost Rider at the car. Dub loves him.
No, Dub hates
He's his
him.
favorite Ghost
We're
Rider.
getting a full 4-hour buddy cop.
And I don't like Donnie Ketchum
of
Danny
Captain
Ketchum.
Marvel and Robbie Reyes as Ghost Rider.
So I guess that we're finally watching some Marvel movies that I will not see. Okay, so let's hear our grades for this episode. And I'm going to do mine first just because I know it's going to surprise people. Last week, I gave actually an A- to the episode. I'm giving this episode an A. And I never give A's. And that's how much I'm loving this. I say, do I want to see this in a full-on universe? No. But for that half hour, I was engaged and I was in 100%. So that's saying something. What is your grade, Blythe?
I mean, I gave it an A just because it's
You
got that MCU stamp on it.
See, that
Captain Marvel's an A.
It doesn't mean
Iron
anything.
Man 3 is an A.
See, that's
Thor
a
2
D.
is an A. They're all A's. No, I mean, I agree with everything that you said, Dub. It's just, this was awesome. It was a murder mystery.
But I don't want to see this universe.
We had a great lineup of voice actors.
Yes.
A lot of returns from a lot of the cast, like not the super big names, but just it was super good. I loved it.
Yep.
Hey, Courtney?
I'm going to give it an A because Coulson cracked me up, as Coulson does, especially his password. Hashtag.
Oh, I can't believe we didn't talk about that.
Hashtag Steve. I love Steve.
I love Steve.
I think that was overkill, but it was hilarious.
It made you laugh.
It made me laugh.
It was
but
wonderful.
I'd say in this moment, it was great. But if that's in the real universe, I'd be like, that's no.
Great.
He had a couple moments that were pretty funny. So
He
when
really
he smelled
did.
Thor's corpse, and he's like,
Even rotting.
He smells like lavender.
Well, how about Clint up in the hawk's nest going, wow, Coulson was right. That hair is good.
Yeah. Well,
about
and
Thor's hair.
That was an interesting. Sorry,
right.
I'm extending this a little bit. That was interesting to see that there was a small detail because in the oh wait, no, never mind. I just proved myself wrong in my head. I thought he grabs the rifle in the movie, but he doesn't. He goes to grab it and then he doesn't grab it and he grabs the bow.
Actually, can I ask
Hawkeye? Yeah.
Let me ask this question on this, and then we'll close up because I'm just really curious on this. Who was your favorite and least favorite character in this episode? Just because I'm really curious on what you guys think on that one. Let's start with Blythe. I think he has more of an idea.
Captain Marvel was the best character in this episode.
Yeah, no toilet paper. Okay, so
I think Fury. I really liked Fury.
Yeah.
They did a lot more of and it's not like they underutilize Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury in the movies, but this showed a lot of like the background stuff of what he kind of was doing during all that. And I think my least favorite, I don't know. I don't think I had a least favorite. I think that there was a few, like Hawkeye was really good. The way they showed like his grief of not knowing why.
That's fair.
Because in his head he wouldn't be able to explain it, right?
Yeah.
Is that he
because
misfired, but he
would
misfires.
never miss. No, he would never miss.
That's a comic book trope. The few times that he's missed, he flips out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a whole thing. So I don't think there was anyone that I didn't like, but Nick Fury was probably one of the strongest. And so I would probably say Black Widow if I had to name a character.
I can't disagree with you.
That I wasn't 100%.
I didn't feel like that was her as much.
It may have been the voice too, because as much as the voice actress would have tried to imitate Scarlett Johansson, that's kind of a hard one to do.
Yeah, I felt like that wasn't. Yeah, that I would agree with you on the weakest.
Sure.
Courtney?
I'm gonna say Hank Pym as my favorite.
That's me too.
Because I really just thought Michael Douglas in that voiceover,
breath of fresh air.
Was just like, and it's just a short section where we see Hank.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, it's just a testament to the talent of the actor.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to agree, if I have to pick my least favorite, I really don't have a least favorite like you guys. I think I would probably go with Nat as well. And that's only because I think it's going to take me some time getting used to the new voice of Nat, because
I don't think we're going to see her much more.
It's been, she's probably going to be in other ones.
Disney's going to want us to forget.
Well, I mean, it's been 10, 11 years of Scarlett Johansson, so it's going to take a little time to just get used to. It was the same problem I had with Steve, is the voice actors who are covering for the actors that didn't come back. They're working really hard, and I give them props, and they're doing a great job.
But you can feel them trying.
Well, it's not even that. It's just in our brains, we're so used to Chris Evans as Steve Rogers. We're so used to Natasha Romanoff being played by Scarlett Johansson. So, I mean, I think that's, we're used to Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. So it'll take, and I mean, like I said, props to the voice actors who are covering those roles, because they're doing a fabulous job. Personally, it's just going to take me a little bit of time to get used to the new voice.
Yeah.
But I don't dislike them. I like them. So.
As geeks, we're nitpicky anyway. If his shield isn't turned just right, or the
except for Blythe, because if it's Marvel, he just lets it pass on everything,
because it's the most superior comic book movie franchise in the world.
I have a question for you guys.
Fire away.
When the Hulk started to blow up, did you all not picture Big Trouble in Little China? The end scene of Big Trouble in Little China? That's all I was thinking. I was laughing so hard. I was walking on the treadmill and I was watching. I was laughing so hard I almost fell off. I think I saw
was weak animation on that part.
Blowing up.
Yeah, I
don't know. I'm not even talking about the animation. I'm just talking about the visual. Made me think of Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, I can see it.
I will say that I was like, oh my gosh, like that felt because it's animated,
dark.
But there's I was like, oh my goodness, like that was rough.
I have to say, this whole episode was very dark. Like when Clint shoots Thor, I literally just went, "What's happening?"
Yeah.
So
So wow, that was an episode. Wow, that went all over the board. Woohoo!
Yeah, dude.
Check out. Do the subscribe thing. Go to our website, www.iheartgeekshow.com. Use the we paid extra for it. Go to the shop, do all the other stuff, do the contest, yada yada. And until next time, I'm Dub. I'm here with Blythe. I'm here with Courtney. Keep on geeking on, kids. We'll see you next week.
What if?
You have been listening to the latest episode of the iHeart Geek Show. make sure you visit our website at www.iheartgeekshow.com. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you check us out on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And keep on geeking on to all of you geek rock stars.